just the way this season's gone so far, how big is that win, knowing that you guys came back in crunch time and took a victory? What can you carry from that game into the rest of the second half of the season?
Our victory at Cal State Dominguez Hills was a special win, and we celebrated it. We felt very good about that win. We put 40 minutes together. That was our theme. That was our goal for the game. And I thought we executed very well at times, and especially down the stretch, which we've been lacking throughout the conference season thus far.
Heading into the second half of the season for you guys, is there any goals, I guess, you have that you want to change, or some things you'd like to adjust for this heading in the second half?
You know, other than playing hard, playing together, playing winning basketball on the offensive end, trying to execute our sets a little bit better as well. You know, our goal right now is to make the CC2A tournament, to get in the top 8 in the conference, and be playing our best basketball in March, and see if we can do some damage like we did last year and win the conference tournament, get ourselves back in the NCAA tournament.
So talk about the conference tournament. Obviously, you guys played Chico a lot last season. You played them in the conference tournament. You've been playing again on Thursday. They won round 1 earlier this season. What do you guys have to do to get the victory on Thursday?
I think within the last 12 months we've played Chico State. This will be our 6th time. We know them extremely well. Flip side, they know us very well. It's a chess match between Coach Klink and myself, and our staffs and their staffs, and obviously the players know each other extremely well too, especially the Witzel simple matchup, which will happen on Thursday night. I'm sure many fans will be interested in seeing that locally. It'll be a Chico State, Humboldt State rivalry game. We'll stress that in our meetings this week, and look forward to the contest on Thursday night.
So really quick, just going to ask about Saturday's game as well. Stanislaus coming on Saturday. You guys beat them the first time you played them. What does Stanislaus bring to the table?
Stanislaus is a very, very talented team. Individually, you look at the matchups across the board, position by position, and they cause problems. And we'll have to camouflage those matchups by changing defenses, gimmicky at times, and keep the game up-tempo and pace to our liking, so that we don't go head-to-head with them for the complete 40 minutes.
They're ranked second in the CC2A right now in turnovers they create, so obviously they're good at getting the ball away from opposing teams. What do you guys do to try to limit the amount of turnovers you can make, because they're so good at stealing the ball away?
Well, their strength is our strength. I think we're second in the conference as far as steals, and so it'll be a thievery game. There'll be a lot of steals, there'll be a lot of turnovers, there'll be a lot of action, a lot of aggressive play. Depending on the officiating, we'll have to balance that out. We'll have to adapt to the officiating in that particular game and see what they're going to allow. And if the game is called loosely, we'll be able to get a lot of steals, I'm sure, and so will they. So it'll be an entertaining game for sure.
You know, at the beginning of the year, you said that this team might be slow to progress and slow to gel. I mean, do you think now, last year Dominguez Hills was kind of the game changer. Do you think now that this team's starting to really gel as a squad, as a whole, and starting to play their best basketball as we hit February and March?
Looking back to last year, Dominguez Hills was the turning point. That particular win in Los Angeles. We hope that's a trend. We hope that happens again this year. We hope to go on 11 out of 12 game win streak from this point on, like we did last year. It's ironic that we are playing very good basketball right now. The last 4 games, we felt like we had a very good chance to win all 4. We've won 2 out of 4. The guys are high in camaraderie and enjoying themselves and practicing extremely hard. I think we're earning our wins at this point, and I think things are looking good for the Jacks at this point of the season.
How much has the platoon system kind of changed the way teams attack you guys? I mean, it's not like they could prepare for one squad for 30 minutes. I mean, how have teams kind of reacted to your change in tactics?
Using the platoon system keeps our opponents off balance in that about every 3.5 to 4 minutes you're going to see a line change, and obviously their matchups are going to be completely different. I haven't seen them react in a similar manner. They keep their players in and don't adjust to what we're doing. What really happens is when our starting five gets back in the game after that other 3.5-minute period of time with the second string, then what happens is that our guys are fresh in there, and you'll see a change in the game at that time. When our starters or beginners, we call them the beginners, not so much the starters, they come back in the game for their second win, and that's been boding well for us the last few games.
Coach, if Coach Klink was looking at the film, is there anything he can take from the first go-around that he can use X's and O's wise playing you guys this time around, or is it a totally different team?
I think it's a totally different team. It's a totally different scenario. We're playing on a Thursday night, not a Saturday night. We had just traveled all evening, late in the night, from Turlock to Chico, and that in itself is tiresome. And we're going to have fresh legs, and they've got to come over Highway 299. And so I think that in itself, just the tired factor, bodes well for us. We're playing a lot better basketball now. We've lost some key players, yet a lot of players have stepped up in roles, and I think we're playing better basketball at this point.
Should the CC2A change Stanislaus Chico Thursday, Saturday, like Humboldt and Hornets?
We've taken a look at that. There's been some email back and forth with the conference here actually this week, and we're going to take a look at that as far as going Thursday, Saturday, but also just the fact that we're playing Stanislaus first and then Chico State on the road. That's happened 3 years in a row, and we're actually taking a look at that right now.
You guys played a close game against San Francisco State, finished strong, won. Came back 2 nights later, Sonoma State, played a close game, didn't work out. Close game against Dominguez Hills, you got the win. Can you carry that confidence this time into the Chico game and put back-to-back winning performances together?
Yeah, getting a 2-win victory streak going would be special for our basketball team. I think they're excited about the fact that we're playing better overall the last 4 games is how we feel as a basketball team. And putting back-to-back wins would be special, especially going into Saturday night against Cal State Stanislaus, a team we've already beaten.
One more question for you, Coach. Free throws. They were abysmal at LA. Is that something coaching-wise can you do or work on with the guys, or just when they're not falling, they're not falling?
I think we're ranked 5th or 6th in the conference right now in free throws, so we're not at the bottom of the list in that category. It's something that we'll continue to work on daily in practice, especially this particular week after coming off a dismal shooting performance down south. We'll get back in the gym and concentrate on that. And between each drill, each practice session, about every 10-12 minutes we'll be shooting free throws all week, I guarantee you that.
You talked about Semple and Witzel just a little bit. I mean, what do you think that just means for the community to have 2 of the best players we've seen the last couple of years up here? I mean, come together on opposing teams rather than in high school when they were both Arcata Tigers.
I think it's a great opportunity for the fans and community here in Humboldt County to come out and see a couple of the better players that we've had in the county here for the last few years go head-to-head on a college basketball floor. They both now are seasoned. They've both established roles on both their college basketball teams, and there'll be at least a few minutes where they go head-to-head, and I would think they'd be guarding each other, and it'll be an interesting matchup, I'm sure. I look forward to it. I think it'll be a great situation for a lot of fans that love local basketball.